everybody, it's WHM Brookrose back with another video, and today I am going to be showing you how to improve this resistance alien. This set is 75248. It retailed for $30. And it has 269 pieces. Now we'll be messing with that as we improve this video, and I'm pretty sure it either released late 2019 or early 2020. I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure it's retired right now. I personally don't have anything wrong with this set. There's just something that I've always wondered why LEGO hasn't done, and maybe it's just a little too complicated in their LEGO. But in every reference image I've looked at, in Rebels and whatever, every A-Wing cockpit doesn't open like this. It slides forward. Now, it doesn't necessarily, it actually only really slides to here, which is interesting, and it actually kind of makes it hard to put the minifig. But I was trying to make it accurate and based on space, and the only way to really make it work, that's as far as it's going to go, and you'll be able to fit your pilot in. It's just not going to be the easiest thing. It'll be harder than this. And I always wanted to do that, so I picked up this A-Wing a month ago, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So overall with this set, I'm just going to go through, do a quick review of it. We'll get into the minifigures after I just go over the main build. First of all, nice landing gear. I mean, it's not perfect, but it works, and I think it looks nice. It folds up. That's great. I hate it when LEGO leaves them down. Really nice spring-loaded shooters. They shoot really far. I'm not going to show you on camera because I don't have the missiles, but if they were, they shoot really far. And that's something that I kind of wanted to keep when I did this improvement. But upon realizing it didn't look so good with them in, and it kind of messed up the build. So those are going to be removed, so that's a disappointment in my opinion. I don't mind spring-loaded shooters. I hate the stud shooters that you made now because I've removed them from almost every single thing I've done. Sometimes stud shooters look fine, but in this case, it doesn't have any stud shooters, so that's great. So overall, a really nice, sleek build. Captures the A-Wing pretty nicely. I don't like how these, just will turn freely. But to fix that, you're going to have to change the piece here. And I can go into that maybe in another video, but I'm not going to go through that today. Nice sticker details right here and here. I love the extra little gold pieces there, I guess. More stickers. Another sticker here. It's kind of interesting. They were doing stickers on this side a lot, but none on this side. It's just kind of the way LEGO model was. Nice cockpit. I like how they did the stickering here just to make it look kind of like the A-Wing cockpit. The minifigure sits in there pretty easily. I don't love how they don't have a control panel. You can easily add that by doing a 1x2 brick and then a control panel piece on top. I'm not going to show you how to do that because, it's not really something I need to show. It's pretty simple. And then back here, nice engines. I really like the way they did this. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I haven't looked into that, but it looks nice. I don't love how there's this black here, though, on top. So I will be improving that. And again, you know me, I don't like gaps if you've watched the rest of my video. If not, I'll put a link to one of those videos down in the descriptions below, or you can just click on the little icon and it'll take you to my channel, and that's where all the videos will be. But I don't like gaps, and there's a gap here. It might be hard to tell, but there is a gap. And so I'm going to be getting rid of that. It's pretty simple, and this part will be covered up. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's what I'll be doing. I'm going to show you the minifigures next and review those. Okay, so this is the first minifigure. It's a Rebel pilot. As you can see, kind of basic Rebel pilot, but it does have some nice detail on the front. Really nice looking. And then the legs have some nice printing right there. I love all that. That's great. And then you've got some nice helmet images kind of thing for Resistance pilot. And then you've got your yellow visor. The helmet comes off, as you'd expect. And there is no hair that comes with the set. It would have been nice to get it, but, you know, I don't blame Lego. It's not a huge deal. Alright, so, looking at the rest of the figure, going around to the side. On this side of the helmet, you get some nice writing here, and then a Resistance logo. Going around to the back, you don't give it any back Lego printing, which the Lego really rarely does. And then they've got a nice, you know, simple, but it gets the point through, and that's what it looks like. Back printing, going to the other side. There is nothing on this side, no logo on that side, which is interesting, and no writing. You get some dots, though. And turning around to the front, you get a little comm thing. And then the other thing is, you do not get a dual-sided face. So, with some sets, you will get a dual-sided face. You can turn the head around and it looks all great. But that they did not give that to this Resistance pilot, which is kind of disappointing, but it's not a huge problem. Alright, so then there's one other minifig that you get in this set. This is Lieutenant Connix, I think is how you say it. She was a pretty prominent, like, figure in the 8th and 9th movies of Star Wars. But, you know, not one of the mainstream characters. So, it's good to get her as a figure, since, you know, like, if you got Leia, that's just a whole nother Leia. She has the same exact hairpiece as the older Leia, which I found interesting. Same hairpiece as the older Leia and the Hoth Leia, but the Hoth Leia has dark brown hair. This is the same color as older Leia. Same Leia head, actually, from the Hoth Leia. Very interesting. But nice hairpiece overall. And then a nice body right here. No leg printing. You get your little, like, I guess, ranking there, I think is what that is. You're turning around, not much. You know, your basic back print. And again, on this figure, you do get a dual-sided head. So you get this other face that obviously, like, a little more happy. And what I've noticed is this is not a Leia face. So the front face, as you can see here, is the same as from the angry face from the Hoth Leia, and maybe others. I haven't looked into that. So that it's interesting that Lego has printed that differently than something like that. So that is Lieutenant Connix, not General Connix. And now let's get into the actual build. I'm going to show you how to build this great A-Wing. Alright, so now let's get into showing you how to build this, basically. Alright, so first of all here, I'm going to go through, as if you watched any of my other videos, my pieces. So first of all, you are going to need 2 of these dark green. I'm not sure what the exact color is, but I think it's a dark green. If you go on Bricklane and you look it up, it's dark green. It's a 2x4, just like this. Nothing too surprising. Kind of color of the A-Wing. Those are going to be 2 extra. Then you're going to want your green, dark green, another one. This is a angled, I guess, 3x2 angled piece, and you're going to want one of the opposite way, just like that, like so. So those are probably not your 2 biggest pieces, but those are 2 bigger pieces. Then you're going to need a 4x4 green, and this does not matter the color. You can do it in any color, it won't even be seen, and that is good. So you can kind of be whatever with that piece. Nothing too specific. And the next piece is going to be 2 circle oneers. These can be any color. It doesn't even matter if they have a hole in them. You're not going to see them. Again, they could even be square oneers. It doesn't matter. I just use circle oneers because I've got a billion of them on hand. And, you know, good to use them up every once in a while. The rest of the pieces here are going to matter, sort of. there are going to be 2 of these tan or like reddish brown flat 1x2s, and then 2 dark bluish gray 1x2s. Now these could both be dark bluish gray. It's just that these 2 of them do need to be dark bluish gray, and then a light bluish gray 2x4 like that. A black 2x4, but it has 2 studs. So this one's flat, this one has 2 studs. And then you're actually going to need 2 other flat 2x4s. One is going to be dark bluish gray, and one is going to be this green. Now the green one has to be green, but you can have a sticker like this one from the Mini. I have the Mini set. I got it a while back when I was a lot younger. And it's actually been handy with this because I don't have a lot of dark green. So that's really helped and supplied with a lot of these pieces. And you can use this stickered piece if you have it. It won't be seen. That'll look fine. And that's what I'm going to do. But it does need to be dark green. This piece right here, a sloping, I guess it's a 2x2 slope. Then you're going to need 2 of these, one of either way. It's a 1x2 with, I guess, this angle piece here. So those are going to really improve the look. One on opposite. 2 more 1x2s here, or 1x1, sorry. These are light bluish gray. Those are going to go here. And then you've got a couple more pieces. You've got 6 in total, one-er bricks, 1x1 bricks. 4 of them are going to be in dark bluish gray, like this. And then 2 are going to be in light bluish gray, just like so. Then you've got your 1x4s, 2 dark green 1x4s. A dark green 1x2 and a dark bluish gray 1x2. Those are both thin. 2 white 1x4s. These are not necessary, but they kind of help it a little bit. So those are white again. Then these do not matter the color. I just use this dark tan color. These are like these weird pieces that have this thing that kind of sticks out. I'm not really sure what they're called. Those I'll put back here. Hopefully you can see those. And then lastly, you're going to need 3 more pieces. A dark bluish gray 1x4. A dark bluish gray 2x4. And a dark bluish gray 4x4. So those are all the pieces you're going to need right there. I've laid them out right here. Hopefully you can see those. If you didn't get all of them, you can rewind, and if you didn't really understand, you don't understand this. But now I'm going to show you how to build this. So I'm going to move all these aside, and we're going to start dismantling this AOA. So first of all, you've got your front part right here. So you're going to pop this front piece off. And it's going to be a little bit of work, but it should come off with all of this. So this entire thing comes off within one piece, which is really helpful. Makes it really simple to do this. And so once you have that, you're going to just set this aside. There's going to be a lot of changes that we're going to make to that and a lot of pieces that we're not going to keep. But next, you're going to want to pop these 2 off, set this aside on either side, so it's just completely white there. These are going to come off on either side. Those we're definitely going to keep. This 2x4 down here is going to come off. That we will get rid of. This piece, this big piece, we're going to keep definitely. But let's just set it aside. And we're doing this so we can remove this 2x6. And then you may notice everything just decides to fall out. And it doesn't go so great from then on. But most of this we're going to use, but we're not going to use this. So throw that aside. next up, we are going to remove these. And you're going to want to keep those dark bluish gray ones. And you're actually going to put them right back on right now. So that was that gray piece there. These two are going to come off too. Okay, so once you've got that, you're going to take your two thin 1x2 light bluish gray pieces, and they go right here on either side. Just like that. And then you're going to put your, or 1x1, sorry. This is a 1x2 dark bluish gray on either side, and those just go like that. And that kind of just tiles that off and finishes that up. And then you're going to make a stack. So you're going to take your 1x1 dark bluish gray, your 1x4 dark bluish gray, not 1x1, 2x4 dark bluish gray, and then your 4x4 dark bluish gray. So it's kind of like this stair if you put it like this, and it gradually slopes up. And that is actually your basic foundation for this. On top of that, you're going to put your light bluish gray 2x2 flat tile, your dark bluish gray 2x2 flat tile, your black 2x2 with the two studs, and then your dark red or your light reddish brown pieces on either side, your dark bluish gray pieces there, and you have this kind of like tiled off surface. And that actually is going to hook nicely right in there. And that just sits right on this yellow piece, and then hooks in here, and it kind of like gets this flat surface that everything's going to slide on. Sorry, you can't see that. And then you're going to want to attach everything that probably fell off, and maybe it didn't fall off, and that's lucky for you. But for me, it all fell off, and that's not good. First of all, these technically would attach, but they don't really work that way. So, just put this back on, offset. You can kind of just think your way through it. I don't necessarily need to show you guys how to do each part here. It's just kind of going to all stick back together in some way or another. However you took it apart, however much fell off for you, it's going to go back together. But for me, you want it to look like this. And these guys, you don't need it anymore. Once you've done that, you're going to take your 4 1x1 bricks, stack 2 of them together just like this, and then feed it down this hole right there, and it should be at the same level. And you're doing that on this other side. Again, you're just stacking the 1x1s, just like so, line them up, and feed it down, and you've got that. Now it's time to put this back on, and yes, there's a hole there. You're not going to fill that in. It's not a big deal. It won't be seen. Alright, moving on. This piece here, you're going to start to dismantle. You're going to want to pull this off. Keep that right handy. And then you're going to pry off this piece. This is mostly going to get used, so just keep that handy for now. Put that on top of your any color 4x4. I use green. Doesn't matter the color. And stick it right back on, and you should have like this level surface right here with a 2x4 width of studs in the middle. Pretty simple. Not too complicated, and that's just going to look just like that. Alright, so then you're going to take your, right here, you're going to take your 1x1 stud, or 1x1 circle stud, and you're going to put either one of your sloping tiles on top. So you do that for both ones. I used even 2 different color 1x1 studs. It doesn't matter color. And you're going to stick it right here. And I'm pretty sure it goes like this. We may have to move it forward, but I'm pretty sure you put it back like that. Yes, so it's going to go back like that. Just like that. So you're going to have like your studs kind of peeking through. That's not a big deal. You may want to support this from the bottom by pulling that up. You can put your finger in there and it'll support this so that this thing doesn't collapse, and it still collapsed because I had my finger in the wrong spot. But just getting that in there on nice and tight, this piece needs to go like that. Again, it doesn't have to have the sticker on it. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, and you're just kind of going to pry this all off, and you're going to take this here, like that. Okay, so now that you have this piece, you're going to take your flat 1x4s right here. These were taken from the same thing. And just stick them right here. Then place your 2x4 light bluish gray piece right there underneath, sticking that all together, and then your sloping piece right there. I don't know what you call it. And then you're gonna put your 2 tan pieces here and here. Put your dark bluish gray piece here, like that. And that is the entire cockpit piece. And what that's going to show is that it's going to start here. You're actually going to have that down a little. You're going to lift it up. It's going to slide, and then it's going to stop. So, as you can see right there, it's stopping right there. And then I can take my pilot, and I can just kind of, if you have him at the right angle, you can slip him in like so. And then it's actually pretty easy to just stick him in. Alright, I'm having problems right now, but it's not that hard to actually just kind of get him in, and then pulling him out is a breeze. And this thing will actually be lifted up a little. I had it a little low, a lot low actually, because of what we're going to do now. You're going to put it back together. So add that piece right there. Add the other one on the other side. Add these 2x4 dark bluish gray pieces here and here. And then add your 2 ers that were actually from the build on either side here. Add one of these there. And one of those there. And that's just kind of like containing like line that's just going to kind of slope down. And then you can pop one of those off and just kind of stick that in there. Push this down, put this on top, push this part down, and then put the cockpit down as far as it can, and it won't move. It kind of locks in, nice and tight like that. And that's that part there. I'll get into how that cockpit moves at the end. Just first, let us add these pieces, which go here and here. These are the 1x4. It just kind of helps get this in the right spot. Just helps support a little bit. I know they may seem useless, but they can actually be kind of helpful. So they're just like that. Once you've got that done, the last part is pretty simple. Not too complicated. You're going to take your other one of these sloping pieces. You're going to take this piece and pull it off. So you're going to remove this and just set that aside for now. That can stay. All you have to do is take your 1x2 dark green piece and put your sloping piece on top. That will get rid of the gap completely, as you can see. But you notice also you still have the black, so just put that piece that you just set aside right there, and it looks nice and clean and good. So next, I will show you how to get this, kind of work. It's not the easiest and it's not the best build, but in my opinion, it works and it looks good. So if you're making a mock and you're having guys jumping into their things, in their A-wings, you can have it slid forward or whatever, and have your guy getting in. So this can go forward about this far. And it is going to get stopped by that and by down here, which you can't see. Once it is that far, you should be able to, at a pretty good angle, get your pilot inside by just pushing him in and pushing him down. It's actually not that hard, surprisingly. And then all you have to do is push the cockpit back and push it down. and then it won't slide around. It won't be loose. It's not moving at all. It's all pretty secure, and that is nice. And then if you want to get the guy out, you just pop it up a little bit so it will slide onto this top part here, and then easily you can reach in and pull your guy out, and then put his blaster on. And I've also noticed that they use this really weird piece, and I'm just gonna open this so I can show you better. Weird piece here that like is for the entire cockpit that I don't like that they use, but it's fine. It has holes, and you could just stick his blaster right there. The cockpit still closes. It still works just the same, and it actually gives a nice spot to store the blaster, so that's nice. And so that's actually pretty much it for this review, or this build and review, I guess, because I sort of reviewed it too. If you really like this, go check out my channel. I do a bunch more improvement videos. There's a couple mock videos out there now. You could also go check out my mock that I just made. And also, there's another mock that I will be showcasing soon. That should probably be in the next couple of videos, in the next couple of weeks. It's just kind of like a Clone Wars mock. It's not necessarily based on anything. And then, also look forward to a really big improvement video. I think I'll probably do next week, where I'm going to be improving the Imperial shuttle from 2021. That shuttle was so horribly done by LEGO that I'm going to redo that and make it a lot better. I hope you guys will be happy with that. So look forward to that video. It'll probably be pretty long, so if you don't like long videos, then maybe you won't like that video so much. But I will go through how to make this much better Longbow class shuttle. And but you do have to have a lot of extra pieces, so maybe that's not so appealing to you. Then maybe that's not what you're going to want to do. But that video should come out next week, so look forward to that. If you like this video, please leave a like. Consider subscribing. That'd be a great help. This is WHM Brick Bros signing out.